Welcome to a new show, Extreme Measures, a brand new saga about the violence around the world. The first episode, we are going to the cold-hearted streets of, you guessed it, Chirac. It was a dark and gloomy night, September 2019. A pregnant woman was walking home after a hard day's work. Treja is a very gregarious student and has all A's on her report card. She was nearing her home about 9:30 p.m. September the 9th when she seen a strange car approaching. She pulls her phone out and acted like she was texting. The car reaches her. She looks up and sees someone hopping out the vehicle with a gun in their hand. He and the girl argues for a few seconds before he shot her 3 times in the head and a couple times in the torso. The suspect got away on foot. The ambulance arrived and took Treja Kelley to the University of Chicago Medical Center, where she was pronounced dead. A few months earlier, Kelly Treja testified against Deontay Davis, who was convicted in 2016 for slaying her cousin, who was just 17 years old at the time of his death. And this is the story. Christopher Fields, an honorable student who attended urban prep and boxed at the Bridgeport Boxing Club in Chicago, where he was called Sandman because of his boxing skills. It's a bad neighborhood, so Christopher was walking his cousin home from school like any other day. Just a few blocks up, a man that goes by the name Deontay Davis was robbing a security officer at this same time. This is what the security officer had to say.
He put the gun to my head and said, "Empty your pockets." I showed him I didn't have nothing, and then he put the gun back up. He hopped back in his car and just drove off. I just thank God that all I can do is pray for that little boy that got killed.
And Bob, good evening. The family of Chris Fields says that the young man stayed out of trouble and tried to help others. In fact, that's what he was doing Saturday night, helping his cousin when he was gunned down.
I was there. I taught him manners. I taught him how to speak to somebody.
Ricky D. Fields says he did everything a man is supposed to do. He protected his son and taught him how to protect others. His son, 17-year-old Christopher Fields, was walking his female cousin home Saturday night when he was shot and killed outside the family house in the 5200 block of South Sangamon.
He did everything that you always wanted your child to be, how you wanted to be. And that night, his cousin coming home, he did one more round to take care of my. He protected her. He's protected her all her life.
Fields had just left the house 10 minutes before the shooting. His brother called him to ask that he rush back because his son had been gunned down.
When I got here, he was in the paramedics, and they was working on him. And I begged them to let me see him. They said they couldn't. They had to keep working on him.
Christopher was walking his cousin home. They get closer to the destination when all of a sudden he's seen a car speeding towards their direction. The car pulls up, shooting at the group of people. Christopher Fields grabs his cousin and puts his body in front of hers and tells her that he will protect her and shields her from the bullets that took his life, that could have possibly took hers if he hadn't been there. It wasn't her time to die that day. R.I.P. to the fallen. And stay tuned for the next extreme stories on Dad Knock Design.